This is
keep it off your face. All right, we'll
starting. Yep.
yeah,
Right down here.
Right, this is
Yeah, okay, sure. I got a guy's ass crack on tape yesterday
Nice.
trying to film Mike Ross.
I got boob.
excellent.
You can flash us afterwards during the promo, right?
Right.
All right, this is Batraster with Goki.com here with Mike Z at the Skullgirls booth at Evo 2K.
Hello, everybody.
We're gonna talk about some of the cool custom features of Skullgirls and how it's different from every fighting game out there right now, and what we can expect to see in the coming months.
Yep.
Right.
All right, go ahead and ask questions. One of the things for this game is when you pick your team, you pick your character and you get choices for assist type like normal. The top two are predetermined by us, the designers. However, we are usually wrong because the assist that I like, no one ever uses. But so we give you C, which is custom action, which is whatever you do. This is me moving the joystick, that's why it looks like that. Whatever you do as your assist. So you can do standing hard punch, you can do throw, you can do dash, you can do any special move, you can do any normal. You can't do jumping moves and you can't do supers because we had both of those and they were pretty broken. But like for Sarabella, I can either do command throw, I can do rush punch, I can do DP. So if you need a particular thing to complement your team, you can do it on here. I'm actually going to highlight a couple of different uses for ones that people would usually think aren't that useful. So for her, I'm going to pick command throw because it is useful. For Philia, I'm going to pick sweep. And for Parasol, why not? I'm going to pick dash because that sounds like a really useless assist type, yeah?
So when you say the supers were broken on that, you mean they were just overpowered? Or?
Oh yeah. Being able to call a super as your assist was overpowered for two reasons. The first one was it was super easy to confirm into a super which you could keep safe, right? Because you can cover supers, whereas normally if you're a point character, even if you call an assist, your super doesn't get to be safe because they take a long time. The second reason was since super motions overlap specials, if you didn't have the meter, you would just get the special, which made it like the perfect choice for an assist all the time. So like if you tried to do like this with Sarabella and you didn't have the meter for it, right, you would get rush punch, which is just okay as an assist, and like you still get to use the super if you have it. Hey, the guy from Destructoid beat me one-handed.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Cool. He's really got a lot of practice doing things one-handed, I guess. Not with a microphone.
We got.
Anyhow, all right, really quickly, here's the button config. You hit select, then you hit the buttons in order. And that's it. Ta-da!
Revolutionary.
I don't know if you can see this. The camera can probably
Is
see
on
it.
this controller.
Oh, it's over here. But yeah, so I'm tapping start right now, and the game doesn't get paused. It's only when you hold the button down for 15 frames. Like, I'll do it at the same time as I press Fierce. This is the standard demonstration, right? Right? So at the same time as I hit the button, or like at the same time as I hit up, right? That's how long it takes for you to pause the game, which means no accidental fat fingering the start button during a tournament. We're probably going to add like it fading in the word pause as you hold the button down so that you can see if someone accidentally hit the start button, but it's not going to matter for the match.
Let's talk about like the move sets these characters have. From what I saw, they were fairly large.
Yeah, I guess not really. It depends on who you are. Like, Philia has, oh, you mean specials or like everything?
Everything, like the total move set.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is a 6-button game, right? Weak punch, weak kick, medium punch, medium kick, hard punch, hard kick. They're all different for every character, and you have crouching versions and jumping versions. Some characters have command normals, but we're trying to keep it to a minimum because you get them a lot accidentally, unless they're designed well with the flow of the character. As far as specials go, Philia's got 3. She's got quarter circle toward punch, which goes different distances depending on what punch you use. Quarter circle back kick, which goes different distances or different directions in the air, depending on which kick you use. And DP, which is extremely unsafe and has caused lots of consternation for people used to FADCs.
So you mentioned the ability to, when you're like walking forward and throw a fireball versus doing the half circle.
Oh yeah, so a lot of problems in like learning inputs comes from originally if you did a fireball, it would just be down forward punch, right? And if you did a DP, you had to stop at the diagonal. You can't see my stick, but this is diagonal down forward, right? So if you did a sloppy DP, like you ended up at forward again, you would get a fireball, right? Which meant a lot of people actually had trouble doing Dragon Punches way early on, and still do in some games that, like the older games that don't have newer features. So what they did for newer games is if you're holding forward and then you throw a fireball, that was really slow for demonstration, right? You get a DP. I'm gonna do it over here because she's in the corner and that looks ugly. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're walking forward and you do a fireball, you get a DP. What that means is if you want to walk forward and throw a fireball, you have to stop for a second and then do the quarter circle. So the way that we figured out around this is we'll let you have forward and then fireball as DP, but if you do forward and then a half circle or even something that includes down back, you will always get a fireball. So like one of the bigger problems has been, for example, if you wanted to like dash and then do a command throw, right? She has quarter circle toward throw as command throw and dragon punch throw as anti-air. So if you originally, when we put it in, since we were nice about counting the forward, whenever you dashed into the command throw, you'd get an anti-air like that because you hit forward right before you did the quarter circle. So now, right, I can choose either my anti-air or my command grab every time by just adding a down back. And we added this to every other character. Like there aren't any moves that require a half circle, but if you want to get the quarter circle, you can always do a half and it'll guarantee that you get the fireball as opposed to the dragon punch.
And specifically with Sarah Belt's moveset, she's all her throws are, you mentioned they're all throws, so you don't use the throw button and you try to do a...
Yes, so she's a grappler. We have throw, which is weak punch and weak kick at the same time, just like Third Strike or Street Fighter 4. So instead of 360 and punch, her command throw is down to forward with throw, right? And her, like she has a range version, which is down back and throw. And she has the anti-air version, which is dragon punch and throw, right? So basically she has an analog for everything because she has down to forward punch and DP. She also has charge back forward kick run, and then you hit kick to do other follow-ups. That one's a dodge behind on purpose. But if you hit throw from that, then you get a throw. And like even her super is a 360 with throw instead of a 720 with punch. So
it was to make it easier, less confusing.
Yeah, it makes it easier, it makes it less confusing, and it also means you're not going to accidentally not do enough of a 720 and get a command grab, and you're not going to accidentally get a super by doing just a slight bit too much of a rotation. One of the other nice things that we're trying to do for beginners is I'm actually doing 360s right now. You can totally look at the stick if you want. Yay, there it goes around. My hands are interesting. And she doesn't jump because the game detects that I'm doing a 360. It's only if I start at one of the sides because that's the only way to fully detect one. But I can still do like standing 360s way easier because I know I'm not gonna jump, right? And you can still tiger knee things. Like if you, right? If you don't start at one of the sides, you still get the jump. So it's as nice as possible for the actual 360. You can do it incredibly slowly, but it still lets you do everything else that you would want to do with the character, like Tiger Knee Fireball or Command Throw or whatever.